How long you been growing your hair?
Years.
How long you think?
Probably. Well, back in the days, we used to have tails. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I fully grew my hair, probably 1992.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I've cut it off twice just out of because of
Just maintenance?
death. You know, somebody and you.
Oh, to represent something?
Yeah. For the native, on the native side, you know.
You have a native side?
Yeah.
Nice. What are your roots with that?
Well, we're just barely finding out now because my grandma, she's 97 years old right now, or going to be 97. And then my grandfather just passed away last week or a couple weeks ago. We had a funeral for him on Friday.
Is it like a whole different kind of like ceremony, like more
No,
native
they
style?
were more Catholic.
More Catholic?
Yeah, but my grandma was more, or she grew up Catholic, but she was native. She's like 59% of.
So did you grow up with a little bit of a taste of that, or mainly just like an American lifestyle?
No, I felt that part when I went to the penitentiary.
How so?
Just running with some native brothers and everything else. They were like, "Come to the sweat lodge."
Is that still kind of a thing where like self-segregation still happens, whether it be just on its own or for survival, quote unquote? Or
No, I've been out almost 6 years now,
mm-hmm.
so there's things that changed
Yeah.
so far that are in there. But before it was just out and about.
Yeah.
Yeah, yard was the yard, you know.
Was it hard for you to adjust back to like civil life?
Well, I would say no until it caught on like years later, maybe.
You just noticed it, like it was happening without you noticing?
No, because there was certain programs that I went through in the joint, you know, in order to help me get out.
Mm-hmm.
And then
When you say help you get out, like help cut your time, or it just helped alleviate the process?
I didn't know I was gonna get out. I got a 36-year sentence.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying? So, when I got the 36 years, I was like, I'm not getting out.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? And then I had 2 boys. One was 10 months old when I got hemmed up.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 months later, my second son was born.
Damn.
So
That must have been hectic
yeah,
times for you.
Yeah. So I didn't think that was my whole point of trying to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Because my cousin had told me, he was like, it doesn't matter if you weren't there for this amount of time when they were younger.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, you know, I've grown and raised my kids for the last 40, 45 years. You know what I mean? And he goes,
Well,
they're going to
also-
want you when they're teenagers.
Yeah, and then
So,
also you're a
yeah.
father too, so like at the end of the day, we're all doing shit to feed our families as fathers if we're there as a father role. So I would assume, and I didn't ask you what you did. You don't want to talk about it, you don't have to talk about it, but I'm assuming whatever you did was to benefit you and your family and your kids. You were doing it with a aspiration to
Oh,
do.
yeah, I was a dope dealer.
Yeah, but you were
As a-
doing it. It's not like you were, I mean, I don't know, but I'm assuming you were doing it to, you know, quote unquote, bring bread to the table.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's tough to like, when people really like frown upon somebody over a legal stamp on them, like, oh, he sold drugs. Like, you got to understand, a lot of these people aren't doing it like out of evil, like, I'm going to go fucking have these motherfuckers overdose. Like, no, like, everybody's it's just work. It's just like some people don't have a 9 to 5. Some people end up in that quote unquote job, work. You know, it's how it ends up sometimes. Given,
I used to think that.
you think? Or am I wrong?
And I'm sure it still goes on now, you know what I mean? But my mentality now is a whole different trip. You know what I'm saying? I understand what I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I thought I was the victim. Feel what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
thought everything until I found out later on.
But also
The
sometimes,
kids, whoever else was victims and stuff. So
I don't know your background, but sometimes when you grow up in places that don't even paint another picture for you, that's growing up all you know.
I was gonna bring that up.
like that's all you know.
That's
like, yeah.
that's my point now.
Yeah.
And knowing that if I would have had a leadership, or if I would have had somebody besides a gang related individual, you know what I'm saying? Which taught me the ways of, the streets
Yeah.
at the same time. You know what I mean? So I had a mentor, but not the mentor that I should have had.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In a good way.
Yeah.
Streetwise, yeah, top.
I mean, that has its benefits.
Oh, of course.
And that has its benefits that some people never get to even get the knowledge for in life.
And although I
Comes
speak about it, I don't try to glorify it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's all glory. It's this, and we was out that, and everything else. But now I don't glorify it. I just tell my story of what's what, and I tell my boys. Sometimes they don't want to hear it, and that's all I know, pretty much. You know what I mean? But
and
I change it up.
You all know when we're young, we think that our parents don't know shit, but at the end of the day, they've always been there for us. And when you're older, as cliche as it sounds, you realize everything they've done is just for you. And it kind of makes you sad when you're older, but at the end of the day, they're all just looking out for you. At least in most cases. There are fathers that I know that aren't present at all. They're just assholes,
Right.
Yeah, but for the most part, we're all just looking out for our kids. We're all just the providers. My life changed when I had my kids, bro. Like, for the people that knew me, like, before my son was born and now, I've tried linking up with some people. Like, for example, my kid is 4 years old, he's about to be 3. And I've tried linking up with people that I last saw maybe 4 years ago, like a year right after that, before that happened. And, like, it almost feels like they get irritated with the kind of person that I am, or they feel like it's like a fake role or something because of a sudden change that you pick up from me now. If you knew me from then till now, I wasn't never doing no crazy shit, but I was just careless. When you don't have kids, you don't give a shit. It's just you. Like, there's nothing to worry about, literally. You realize that before you have kids, you have no responsibilities. It's just you. Everything else, all this anxiety we think about in our head, it's just all stupid self-thought as stress that, frankly, could be cut out. But I also look at it that way, like, how we talked about just now, like, you don't know any better. Do you think that those Americans that we make fun about, like modern-day Americans, like, oh, I'm fucking stressed, like you think it's just because they don't know any better? Like, they're so brainwashed by these fucking devices nowadays, everything that's on the news. Like, they might not know any better.
When I got out, I thought all these dudes were weak. You know what I'm saying? Because they're emotional. They're a bunch of bitches. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you don't call each other in the joint bitches.
No,
but
dude,
when I got out
here,
and I saw all these dudes calling each other their homies and their people's bitches and shit, and they're fucking their girls, you know what I mean? They call their girls dudes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or other, you know what I mean? It's
also, things like, am I wrong about this? But I've told people before this, like, words that are commonly used are now in kids, like, like cuh. That used to be like a gang thing from what I remember. Like, growing up, it was like a crip thing, like a cut, a cut type. Yeah.
It's cuz.
And now it's like you see these young girls, what's up, cuh? Like, it's just like saying what's up, but like they completely, I don't even think they knew what the hell the origin of that is. They just saw it on TikTok and started saying it.
Yeah.
Everything's a fad, and everybody wants to just pretend.
Yeah. Oh, I have quite a few of them that I could bring up. But
I guess that's why I asked you if you had a hard time coming back to like civilization, because it must have been so much different, like trippy different. Where you're like, am I in a different kind of fucking universe?
No, when I was talking about, I had to go through these programs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they told me, man, you know what, Fal, you're institutionalized. Me, myself, I was like, I'm not institutionalized. You know what I'm saying? And then I went and talked to my case manager for one of the first times and stuff. And I was like, what's institutionalized? And he was like, let me ask you, if you was to get out today, could you be a part of society? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah, I could be that. He was like, you're not institutionalized.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Institutionalized, you got to be counted for. You know what I'm saying? Every time you got your chow time, you know what I mean? Yard time, library.
Yeah, there are
people. All
people
that's confined in that area of their mental, like.
Did you ever meet anybody who got out and realized they were better off in prison and just went back because they just didn't know how to synchronize back into life?
I have a homie right now that just got out doing 43 years.
That happens. You're just like, fuck it.
Well,
I'm gonna go.
sometimes he calls me up and tells me, man, I don't know. I just don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Take the panties off, dude. You know what I'm saying? And put some boxers. You know what I'm saying? Do something and act like a man and come out. But I still don't know the mentality because I did 8 years and I did 13 years. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He did 43 straight.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
That's like saying you got to go out to a different life. Like it's just
for
start
real,
to start
all
over.
He was what in 1984,
and then you come out like broke, no credit score, no one wants to help you out. I'm assuming you might not even have any fucking family or relatives or friends left after 40 years.
Since 84, he's never dealt with internet, fucking smartphones, nothing. So this is a different world.
Yeah.
When
He probably feels like fucking Floyd or when he woke up in Futurama.
Yeah, that's just crazy, honestly.
Is that his name, Floyd? Yeah, right?
Fry.
Yeah, he woke up like fucking Fry in Futurama.
Yeah.
Even now, do you like with your kids? Do you ever feel like I don't know what this technology is?
I'm gonna make sure that my son stays off of them tablets and phones as long as I can say so. But easier said than done.
There's a benefit to it without overdoing it. I think.
I try to read to him as much as I can because my dad didn't do it with me, so I'm just trying to do whatever my dad didn't do, trying to do it with my son.
I didn't know nothing about shit until I got out. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I have these guys hook up the system in the truck and Bluetooth, you know what I mean? Because it's...
I bet you they helped you out get locked in real quick as soon as you got out, though. Like the discipline again, fuck it, I got to get back to life, you know, I got to...
My whole thing was to get out for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went through the program, I had to learn that I couldn't do for them until I did for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I focused on myself and learning who I was as a kid and growing up as a teenager and who the hell I was as a man. And I had to get out. And I pushed a couple back, you know, challenges that pushed me back and everything else, but it was on the system's part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I continued to grow and grow and grow, and then the opportunity came, and I got the hell out. And they were 13 and 14 years old.
From your experience, do you feel like the quote unquote system really wants you to get out and be better, or you feel like it's kind of designed there to keep you there sometimes? Because as fucked up as it is, there's money in prisoners. There's money in jails. There's it's some are like privately owned. It's crazy.
I've been to the privates. They shot us out to Minnesota.
Damn.
Yeah, we went out there for a year and a half and came back. I mean, they were just shipping people out. Minnesota, Mississippi, Texas, fools up and all the way up.
So they just move you randomly? I always thought that was just like a discipline thing. Like if you fucked up, we're going to move you somewhere else.
Yeah, it is. But at that time, if I had more than 5 years, when I was doing my 10-year sentence, I did 8 on it.
Uh-huh.
If I had more than 5 year sentence, they would ship you out.
Fuck.
Yeah, I met a lot of good people over there, and the Colorado car that went out there stood strong. You know what I mean? Because there were other states that were part of in that private joint.
It's a van ride all the way from here to there.
Hell no, that's a van ride. we took a plane.
Okay, yeah. Con Air.
Yeah.
It is orange is the new black.
Yeah. Back was you got McDonald's.
Damn.
Which was cool.
Yeah.
But you had to be shackled up and eat, you know, but you got to eat it.
Yeah, it's fucking McDonald's.
Yeah.
For the most part, at least in my interpretation, when like people that are outside don't really focus their life on inside life, and why would they, you know, unless they have like a relative and they're like caring for that person individually. But when you're in there, do you ever... Is it its own world, or do you guys worry about politics? Do you guys hear about what's going on outside?
We got our own politics on the inside.
Like, it's its own fucking thing. Like, there's not even any time to worry about what fucking this guy did or that guy did on the news.
I mean, you see it. You know what I mean? If it's your partner, if it's your homie, or if it's somebody that's part of your family that got victimized, you know what I mean? That got hurt or something, you're going to wait for them. They'll come in.
Funny question, but do you guys ever get to watch like boxing or pay-per-view fights or anything like that? No. I'm just talking shit.
No, we watch the football, you know, the football games and stuff.
And then the gambling, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Always stores.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of my major hustles was the stores.
I asked that because in the fun, like in the boxing movies that I like, they always have that scene of the cousin locked up watching his little nephew's main boxing fight. Like he got a source of it on the radio or on TV. I was just wondering if that was real or just Universal Studios bullshit.
I know you just
Not to
see
your
it,
experience, yeah.
Because you got to deal with what's going on in there. You know what I mean? The time you get to go is on the phone. Then that's when you find out what's what, or maybe you get a letter or something. But they fade out.
Yeah.
Because you're all excited one time. Oh, I'm not gonna go to the yard. Then you go to the boom, 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 pop it up, and all of a sudden you ain't get no answer. You done lost yard. You know what I'm saying? You know, phone call. Your smile just went down. You're all mad. You know what I'm saying? Just the emotions in there is a little different than something out here.
That's crazy how also like word runs around from like facility to facility, right? Like even if like, you ever
Easy,
had the
quick.
time, when you showed up and they already knew who you were, even though you've never even been there?
Yeah, before you hit A&O.
Yeah.
Yeah, before you even get off that bus, there's a list.
They pull your file, as they
Yeah.
say, right?
Well, you see, people who see your names popping up or whatever. Yeah. So they know who's coming in, and then still it doesn't matter because people are going to get jammed up. People are going to get checked. You know what I mean? You're not wanted here. Get the hell out. You know what I mean? Where you from? What you bang? Stuff like that. And if you ain't got no heart, get the hell off the yard.
You have any like I don't know if even the right word crazy is the right word, but do you have any like intense stories or something like you want to talk about, like that'll paint a picture of kind of what it's like to be in there? Whether it be like either something that ended up as a good day or something that ended up as unfortunately a bad day.
My good day was when I got called into the case manager, and he said, "What did you tell me when you first met me?" Told you a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Well, what did you tell me? And I told him, don't bother to call me. I'm not coming in to see you. You know what I'm saying? I got 36 years. What the fuck are you going to do? You know what I mean? And then he was like, all right. And he goes, and then afterwards, years later, what did you tell me? Because I saw him walking from the chow hall, and I was going to the chow hall. He was passing by, told all the homies, go ahead and go. Went and tapped him on his shoulder. I told him, hey, I'm going to stop talking the talk and walk the walk. He was like, show me. So when he invited me or, told me to go to his office and stuff, and I told him, you know what I mean? I was going to tell you I was going to stop talking the talk and walk the walk. And he says, okay, you showed me. He goes, congratulations, you're going home. And that feeling right there was weird, you know what I mean? Because that water just under my eyes, you know what I'm saying?
It's got to be a combination of happiness and like
Oh,
fear,
it
huh?
was shock.
Like nervousness,
No,
shock.
it wasn't the scare. It was the whole point of everything going in my head, and then talking about, am I institutionalized?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? That was my whole intention. Now I get to go out and be with my boys. Now I get to go out and do what I need to do. You know what I mean? A different life. Because I know that if I would have got that first 16 and that's all I would have got, it would have dropped to 8 years nonviolent. You know what I mean? Maybe did 6.5. I would have kept my nose clean. But that extra 20 that got dropped on that 16 and made it 36, I think that extra years that I did made me change up and realize what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at the time, he was like, my eyes started watering, and he was like, don't cry on me, Via. You know what I'm saying? And I wipe him off, and I'm like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I was like, how is this possible? It was like, I put your name in on a Thursday to a halfway house, and that Friday morning, you know what I'm saying? They accepted you.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right. He was like, don't come back. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I could go into war stories. I could go into seeing people stabbed. You know what I mean?
You
Doing
could talk
things like
about
that.
you want to talk about, if there is anything. Maybe you want to talk about it, but you can't talk about it too. So when those,
What's that?
I don't know.
It's just weird. You know what I mean? I think another story I would say would be, man.
Let me ask you, what was the first thing that caught onto your mind when you got out there? You're like, what the fuck happened to this place?
I didn't let nobody I was out for 3 weeks. I didn't want nobody to know I was out until I got out of the halfway house and I was on my feet. So like that. I know what I was about when I was out on the street before. You know what I'm saying? I had my house, I had my cars, I had my studio, I had things, you know what I mean? But that was all materialistic bullshit. And I learned, and when I got out, I was like, fuck that materialistic shit. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna buy something, I'm gonna buy it because it makes me comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I have my homies that grew up, and I grew up, and they've been working their whole lives and stuff like that. Bad knees, back, and shit like that. I'm still, you know what I mean, in good shape and doing my thing. I'm 53 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't feel 53, but at the same time, they're like, "Fool, why you got that system in there like that?" You know what I mean? You're not a teenager no more. And I was like, it's not because of that. It's just because it makes me feel good. Music is in my blood, you know?
When you said studio, did you have like a recording studio?
Yeah.
Did you make music yourself, like with you in it, or you just produced music?
No, I started my music back in maybe 85, 86, but I never got nothing out.
No.
I wrote with a group called Deuce Mob.
Mm-hmm.
And Deuce Mob was a group that was out here with Playboy Paul and V-Rock that originated. And V-Rock went away, and then I came in, and Velo, you know what I'm saying? OG Velo. And we just was Deuce Mob. DJ Fame came.
You
DJ
still do
Fame.
that, or you don't like anymore?
I'm with it. I have to. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'll
Still fuck around, freestyle?
Yeah, I got the studio in the basement and stuff. My boys right now are doing OTB. I'm saying they're doing their thing. They're starting in the studio, and you know, we're starting to get footage on them and gonna start putting them out.
I don't know if Cisco told you, but we fucking freestyle on this podcast quite a bit too.
They can do it.
If you want to put them on, we can do. We can throw a beat out
yeah.
towards the end, and I'll make a clip for you guys, and you guys can put it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be
Do
cool.
you guys feel like freestyling? That's
good.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell
Yeah.
Now, what about like cooking and ingenuity of stuff that you would use to cook while you were in there?
In there?
Yeah.
Cook what?
A damn microwave bowl, just whatever they got off commissary and stuff, and then use that microwave.
Yeah. But there's a lot of trading and bartering in jail, right? Like,
That's what stores are for.
It's got its own currency.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, because it's hard to run at one store, but when you got a store on each tier, you know what I'm saying, and there's for a reason, you know, then you start, you know, but you're looking out for your friend, you know, looking out for your boys. You know what I'm saying? There's not one time that one of my partners or from who my hood came in and they did not have a hustle. They did not have a care package. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was hygiene or food or whatever the hell it was, they had when they first came in, whether they had it or not. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, you get your hustle on. Everybody's supposed to have a hustle.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't come in. You know, everybody works out. Everybody works out. Everybody does their thing.
For people that you saw that cut hair there, is there like a facility barbershop, or is there just like you cut hair on the low in your cell, or?
Yeah, that can be done. But they have barbershop too.
Oh, they have a barbershop
Yeah.
there too? I've always just been curious. I always tell myself, like, if I ever get locked up, I at least have a trade I can do in
definite.
there. Yeah.
And no bullshit. A lot of the guys that were working in there and stuff were like plumbers and maintenance guys and boiler room and all that stuff, right? And they would tell me, "Come on, Val, come on." You know what I'm saying? Come work with us. And I was like, I'm working now. I got 36 years, fool. You know what I'm saying? Got no job. I got to hustle, you know?
Yeah.
And I came out and I became a plumber. I wish I would have known all them years of what was going on before. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm learning now. It's a whole different thing now. It's different for me.
Jethro, do you ever have to deal with any riots?
Yeah, we had a few of them.
Yeah?
You get locked down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do your thing. It's not overly major like the movies, you know, with everything thrown and, you know what I mean? But there are quite a few of them. The one in Minnesota, we left right before that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
we all got
deaths
shipped
happened in that
out.
one, or what?
just people getting beat
Beat
up.
up.
And yeah, whoever got stuck. And
Oh yeah.
Now, what about like shows like Locked Up? Do you ever watch that, or just not your thing?
I've
if you-
seen it a couple times. Isn't that the one from the county?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Orange County or something
Yeah,
out there,
they go
whatever.
to-
Or yeah, it's county time. But a lot of people, them county jails are harder than the penitentiary sometimes. You know what I mean? And it just depends on where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, and if you, like you said, the environment. You know what I mean? If you can adjust the environment, you're gonna be all right.
One thing I heard, some guy told me one time that he's been to both like jail and prison. Says that that there's more risk in jail for you to do something or get fucked up because there's people there that are more reckless than when you're in a prison that people already know they got time. They're like kind of just more quote unquote chill or chilling, like they're not really trying to get even more time.
I think what it is, the ones that know that are already in the joint, is either they're trying to get back into getting accustomed to what they're already into. You know what I mean? And in the counties, you come in and you coming out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's in and out. You know, I ended up writing a song called "What You Know." You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of things that people were talking about, like going to the county and da da da. But if you went to the county and got bonded out, okay, cool, you got bonded out. But you ain't. Did you go to the county? Did you go to DRDC? Did you go to Cell House 5? You know what I'm saying? Then go to the joint. You got other places to go before you. And every time you're going to run into different cliques. You're going to run into different people. You're going to run into somebody that really don't like you. You know what I mean? So
So those are all different divisions on like how serious of time you're looking at or what? How you mentioned those?
No,
Like,
he's saying like, all right, like you go to jail, you get arrested, you're in handcuffs. There's jail, and then there's county,
DRDC.
and then there's levels
Yeah.
of it.
oh,
That's what
I
he's
know.
saying.
What is
yeah.
DR like DRDC?
DRDC is the diagnostic center right next to
Just a
the
holding.
county jail.
Like
Denver
more of
County.
a holding?
Yeah, it's a holding thing. They diagnose you, they do your tests and everything else, figure out where you're going. Then you go to Cell House 5 and you go to Canyon City, which is territorial.
Okay.
They put you in Cell House 5, which is like Grand Central Station. You know what I'm saying? Because they have buses coming in with different people from different joints. And then you start hearing other stories of what's happening in that joint or that joint or where am I going? You don't know where you're going yet. So at least you got an idea of what's happening even before you get there.
See,
You know what I mean?
I'm clearly a white guy, but my last name's Lucero. So I've always like I've done a couple days in jail, but I've never done a bid. But fucking, I've always wondered how I would do.
Yeah, I always felt like back in, you know what I mean, in the 80s, 90s, whatever, and stuff like that, going to the penitentiary, when you hear somebody older or somebody that you know going to the penitentiary and they get out and they're swole, you know what I'm saying? They're all tatted up and they, you know what I mean? They're all, you know what I mean?
Yoked up.
Yeah, nice. You know what I mean?
I think
What's up?
He wanted to ask you something.
Back then, to us, it was like a badge of honor. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, I look at it like, you dumbass. You know what I'm saying? I even told my sons, I was like, you guys want to go to the streets? You know what I mean? You want to go find an OG? You're a motherfucking OG right here.
Yeah.
I can tell you the streets and good shit. You know what I'm saying? And what's what? And they had to go off and do their thing.
That's weird how we always have that interpretation of our parents. Like, like you're saying, I'm here, I can teach you anything you want to fucking know, but they're like, nah, you don't know.
Yeah. So they had to go off and do their own thing. And for years, you know what I'm saying? For almost 4 years, they went their way and did their thing and everything else and got in trouble. But I told them, you know what I'm saying? If you guys make it to, I'm not going to go visit you. I'm not putting no money on your books. I'm not doing shit for you. Don't ask for shit if you're going to go that route. I've been there. I don't want to go back to the joint. I don't want to go back to go get patted down. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. I got out. And I told him, and if you go in there, don't use my name. You know what I'm saying? Use your name. You don't got to get, oh, that's Fallon's sons. You know what I'm saying? Come over here. We'll look out for him. You know what I'm saying? And, mentor them. You know what I'm saying? But don't use my name. You know what I'm saying? Use your name and represent who you are.
Yeah.
You know? And when they came back, they turned 18, 19, and they came back and said, Dad, we want to talk to you. We want to get to know who you are. You know what I'm saying? He was like, we're old enough now. We ain't got to listen to what everybody else says about. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
they're
good.
back. And I love it because that's the
That's really
reason
good. That's
I
really
got
good.
out. You feel what I'm saying?
That's really good. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
I feel that. That's my feeling.
What
yeah.
to get out and do what you did, it takes a lot of like discipline and hard nights and shit like that. What was like something that you looked for, either just like to help keep you focused? Like what I mean by that is, like, are you more of like a spiritual kind of guy, or you like
Yeah.
or are you like, you just one of those people that tells yourself like the truth, quote unquote, like, hey, I gotta get my shit together and there ain't no excuses, ain't nobody gonna come save me? Are you like on the religious route, or like a combination of all that?
Not spiritual. I'm more Native American.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying going to the Sweat Lodge, going to the NEP, and pulling out the chanupa, you know what I mean? And
It's all meditation,
yes,
right?
it's-
It's a lot of meditation.
it's your prayers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the meditation is prayers, but my prayers, you know what I mean?
It's a type of
I
it's
feel
a type of meditation.
I feel when the inyas and the rocks and the minays, the water comes out and it you hear, you know what I mean? And it just comes over you, and that's what we call Tankashla's breath. You know what I'm saying? Tankashla is the creator. It comes down on you and it breathes down on you, and you're like this, and your ears are hot, you know what I mean, and red, and but you feel it. And what my point is that when you're praying and you're drumming on the heartbeat of the drum, you know what I'm saying, the chanchega, you're singing, right? And
It's a type of meditation.
yeah, it is. And then it's the only ceremonial thing that you're gonna crawl in on your knees and crawl back out on your knees. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you get in there and you go through what you go through, and you come back out and you breathe that fresh air and everything else, you suffered. You know what I'm saying? For your prayers. You know what I'm saying? But you better watch what you ask for, because if you ask for strength and you ask for, help me, he knows, you know what I'm saying, where your level is. And he'll challenge you up into that point until, you're ready to break. You know what I mean? But that's what you asked for. You asked to be strong, and he helped you be strong to that level,
Yeah.
or maybe a little bit more.
Is that like Kanye West that raps about, I asked for strength and God took my mom type shit, or my grandma, or who is that? You ever heard that lyric?
Yeah.
The Kanye West?
That's deep.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, he's like, God, I asked for strength and God took away my mom, or was it my guys? Like, and I never had any kind of fear or sadness again after that.
Well, look at Samson.
Yeah.
I
Cut
think
out
it was
his
the
hair.
greatest
There you
story,
go.
brother. I know. That's why the hair is too
Yeah,
long.
the hair. It's sacred. You know what I mean? It's sacred. You know what I mean? I don't let nobody touch my hair. You know what I mean? It's just.
Well, it's also a reminder every day for yourself of who you are and what you represent for yourself.
Yeah.
It reminds you.
Yep.
Self-read, like, it's like, not a mantra, because that's like a written thing, but like, people have either physical things to help them remind them of like their path, quote unquote. What is the word I'm looking for?
Like a
credo.
mojo.
A credo or
Credo, yeah, I think
Okay.
it's credo, yeah.
I go
White people use vision boards, like.
all over.
Do Ceros use vision boards?
No, I stick with tough times don't last, tough people do. That's like my credo in life. I stick
Well,
with that one.
what's crazy, and that's good. I like it. What's crazy is that when I decided to make a change and and I didn't know if I was able to get out. You know what I'm saying? But I tried. I went to all my all my boys and told them what was up and everything else. If you got issues, let's go in this room and let's get down. You know what I'm saying?
Don't leave any stone unturned.
Yeah, of course. You know what I mean? So I went to the old time. They were like, yo, Fel, go with your boys. Because anybody that did time with me, they know my boys since they was little kid, like little baby, you know what I'm saying? All the way up. But so they was like, man, go, for your boys, do what you can do. And I had to go to the old timers, because the old timers raised me since 1992 when I was in there. You know what I mean? So learning their ways, you know what I mean? And learning my ways and stuff like that, it helped me out. But I went over and hit them up, and I was like, hey, what you think about me doing these programs? And back then, you weren't supposed to do programs. You know what I'm saying? That was some telling shit. That was some snitching shit. That was going on and telling on whoever, but they wasn't part of the program and they didn't understand. You know what I mean?
Is that why you kind of had to go ask your quote unquote elders? Like, yeah.
Correct. And then I had to go ask them. I was like, yo, you know what they tell me? If you're going to get out, this is the best time to get out. know what I'm saying?
You
So
ever
it was different. It was like steps. Somebody told me this, which made me walk another step, and this one made me walk another step this way. And it was like, you know what I mean? Levels.
You
know what
ever
I mean?
entertain your imagination with ideas like, what do you think you would have done if that day they told you, nah, homie, fuck that. You got to stay down with us.
I bang.
Yeah.
I love to fight. They're not gonna beat me. And if you do,
I'm going on that
you know
program.
what I'm saying? Yeah,
yeah.
you know what I mean? And people know me, you know what I mean? When they say you got hands, motherfucker, I got hands. You want to, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but I wasn't worried about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I made it that far. And one old
Use the
timer,
bathroom.
Yeah.
one old timer, huh?
No, he's going to use the bathroom.
One old timer, he goes, I want you to read something. Okay, so he gave me a book, and it was about the laws of attraction. Okay, and there was a book called The Secret,
Uh-huh.
and I read the book. Okay, and it just talks about the universe and bringing positiveness and everything else, because everything's gonna come in positive. Stop thinking negative type shit. You know
It's
what I'm
just
saying?
kind of self-explanatory. If you dedicate yourself to good, good's going to come.
I mean, I used to think when I got out, because everything was coming to me. As soon as I got out, I was in a halfway house, not 8 months, you know what I'm saying? And every boom, I was getting, you know what I mean?
Just obstacle after obstacle?
No, I was getting like love.
Oh, okay.
I was getting all love, you know what I mean? Got me a job 3 weeks as soon as I got out there, you know what I mean? $28 a job an hour, you know what I'm saying? And I went to another job, same company, $28 an hour a few months. A few months later, $51 an hour, you know what I'm saying? So I was stacking that loot in the halfway house, but they were taking, I paid a $10,000 restitution and my child support in 8 months when I when I got out.
Damn.
I didn't have none, and still had loot in the bank.
You know
what
what's
I'm saying?
crazy is that doing that time you did is what gave you the discipline to be able to do that.
Hell yeah, but still, I wanted to get out. That's
For
why I
the
didn't tell
boys.
nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I
But
didn't want
you're not like brainwashed with the way we are, that we just want more and more and more. It's stupid the way we want more and more and more sometimes.
I get sometimes like that. You know what I mean? I want more from my family. I want, you know what I mean? But I was just telling my girl right now, earlier, I was like, man, I need to stay home more often. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I'm spending money every time I'm out here doing whatever. I don't care if, you know what I mean? Hey, can you stop by the store, get some milk? And so I just don't get milk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get something that we're going to eat in the next few days or next something like that. And that,
Or
you know,
something completely random that caught your
everything.
attention, yeah.
Yeah. You know, and that's just,
People think I'm crazy when I talk about this kind of stuff. It sounds conspiratorial, but I think I think we're just programmed, as crazy as that sounds.
we are programmed.
Yeah. We're
That's
just,
why institutionalized is a program type shit too. But
we're programmed in
more
our
out
way.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
When you go to Walmart and they have those things on the end of the aisle, they literally set it up strategically so your mind and you see the aisle enders is what they call it, and they have the big old sale.
Yeah,
and it's
definitely.
cheaper, but yeah, it's
And
like
it
you're
works
catching your eye.
with
It
the
does. It
randomest
always
things.
does.
The other day they had a wall full of
2 for
mayonnaise,
$6.
and I'm
2
like,
for $6. Oh,
I need mayo. Fuck.
it's usually for something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? For one, now I'm grab 2 of them for the kids. You know,
Yeah.
or whatever.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody,
Advertising.
Yeah.
Everybody's fucking like quote unquote, if you want to say institutionalized or programmed to some type of way. That's why when you hear somebody who's really doing stuff in the world, we think they're crazy.
Yeah, like
But that guy's fucking crazy. What do you mean he's happy all the time? Like, you know, like we're like, you're not supposed to be happy. Like,
When I used to talk to
you gotta
people,
pay your taxes.
when I used to talk to people when I got out and stuff, and even today sometimes, because it's still there's some negativities where I'm just like, whoa, you know what I mean? But I try to keep myself positive and look towards, you know what I mean, more pros than the cons and stuff. And this is better now. And I just feel like just the positive, you know what I mean? I felt like when I talked to people that were positive, when I walk away, I think my paranoia, being in the joint so long, you know what I'm saying, would think that they were talking about me, and I'd have to look back to see if they were looking. And what I would think would be like, damn, we can't talk to that dude no more because he's too damn positive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm thinking negative in that way, but not really. I'm just thinking, well, I wonder what they're saying. But then I think in my head, I've been in a cell for all them years. I'm thinking to myself, maybe damn, we can't talk to him. He's too damn positive, because I can be sometimes.
No, that happens to us. That's even growing up. It's completely different because it's not like we're looking behind our back to see if he's like betraying us, but like it's so crazy that even with I admit to it, I did it with people that I considered my friends in a day. And there's no reason when I look back, I was like, that's not something friends should even do. But like you, and at the end of the day, I came down to it that it's just self envy for them or towards them. I don't know what it might be, but like you hate on people that are positive. When you're not positive, you hate on people that are not positive. Like you just for the dumbest reasons. If someone's telling you like, it can be something like, dude, I just got this new job. I want to make 40K. Fuck, I can't wait to buy my new truck. And then you're like, this motherfucker ain't gonna buy no truck. He ain't even got a job. What the fuck? You know, like you just hate
Yeah,
for no fucking reason.
I heard people like that before.
Yeah, no reason at all. It's can't just be like, oh, congratulations. Not everybody's like that. It takes a kind of like, I don't know. I wonder if it's programming how I'm saying or if it's just the way you're taught. I don't know.
I try to stick to think positive, be positive. Think negative, you're going to go down that fucking negative road and people want to just leech on.
Well, it's kind of like what I was telling my boys the other day. You know what I'm saying? I have people that owe me $5,000. I have people that owe me $2,000, $20. You know what I'm saying? If I run into them and everything, and they're like, hey, I got your money, man. Hey, man, how's your family, bro? How they doing good, man? Use that money for them. You know what I'm saying? Because I told them, that money right there is going to continue for me to go back into what I was. Hey, man, you got that loot? You know what I'm saying? Hey, you got paid today? You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking you're going to pay me and everything else, but you're not. So I'm going back into my old ways of, man, I got to go hunt this food down and do something to him. You know what I mean? And it's, even if that money was, I accepted it. It's kind of, I call it bad money. You know what I'm saying? Because all that negativity and that money and everything and all that nerves and all that, I'm cool on that. I'm good without it. You could keep that loot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if you had it, you would have sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of, that's more of a positive thing too. You know what I mean?
That's a good way of looking at
it. Same with banging or fighting. You know what I'm saying? I have to walk away. I chose and I taught myself to walk away from a fight one time. You know what I'm saying? I know it's not a whole lot, but one time is, man, you go your way and I go my way and we leave it alone. I don't care what you said or what we said or however it's done. You go your way and I go mine. And if you don't and things happen, you know what I'm saying? This is, I don't know if it's scared or fear or something like that because I got a whole lot to lose now.
That's the key. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
If I beat this dude's ass, I don't think he deserves the ass beating that he's going to get because of all the times that I walked away from a fight or because I held myself. Ooh, you know, like, I was just telling my boys today, take a deep breath. You know what I'm saying? Breathe in and then breathe the hell out because it helps. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. It does. And then the music is the therapy. You know what I'm saying? And I hear them boys' lyrics. I hear my lyrics. I hear, you know what I mean? There's pain, but there's also other stuff that needs to be heard.
One thing that I've learned, and I don't know if it's like spiritual or scientific or something, but at least for my own body that I've noticed, like as I get older, I really try to interpret like my feelings and physical reactions. I'll notice that sometimes for a split second, and I think this ties into quote unquote anxiety, I'll have like a bad thought. But at that moment that I had that bad thought, I just thought it. No, like, you know, when you feel real fear of something, you feel that intense fucking something in your chest or something. Yeah. I just say I thought of something horrible, but I didn't feel the actual feelings that come with it. Completely forgot about it. Maybe a minute goes by, maybe less, and I start to have these bad feelings in my thoughts gone. I'm not thinking about, let's just say, option A anymore, but my body's feeling what I thought about option A now. And even though I'm not thinking about it, my body's feeling it. And if I hadn't learned to make that connection, which I didn't before, I never knew what that was. And then you start to think like, what the fuck's going on? Am I having a heart attack? Am I having like a fucking anxiety attack? And like sometimes it's really, at least for me, I don't know if you guys have now that I'm saying this, have ever had that, but like a delayed reaction to your thoughts, whether it be a half a minute or a minute. Sometimes it's just a matter of seconds, but you lose your thought in a couple of seconds, you know? Like something random. You ever just like, you love your kids. You ever just like, when they were, do you ever just think to yourself, oh fuck, what if they die? And then the thought goes away, you go about your day, you're still driving, but now your body's feeling, fuck, what if my kids die? But your mind isn't anymore. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Or am I just sounding crazy? No. I start to feel the anxiety in my body, but my thoughts not there anymore. But if I didn't learn how to make that, I didn't know why. Sometimes I wonder if that was what anxiety was back in. Because I used to have quote unquote anxiety. And I never knew why, but I just got over it somehow. I just told myself, buck up, buckaroo.
I still don't know, can't explain that word anxiety.
It's weird, huh?
I don't know. I don't know if I feel it or not. You know what I'm saying?
Some people say it's a primitive instinct that
I
we
had
have.
one. If this is it, I had one. I did it one time. Okay. I was in the studio. My niece introduced me to these bangs.
Those
You know what I'm
drinks.
saying? The bang drinks. You know what I'm saying? I never drank them. I drank a Monster here and there in the joint. You know what I mean? My brother come see me. We drinking. And I'd be, you know what I mean? In the cell. They just came from the sweat lodge. And I'm over here trying to, trying to sing. And they're like, oh, I'm tired, from the sweat lodge and stuff. So, so I drank one during the studio. And I had another one. And on the way I drank another one. And
Yeah, you got a lot of
oh
caffeine.
my goodness. Oh, I went home, I sat on the end of the bed, and I was just breathing real hard, but I was going through some situation at that time because when I got out, I didn't know what to write about. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of stuff written, but it's old school stuff. You know what I mean? It's not the new shit that's out. You know what I mean? It's still my old school shit. You know what I mean? And I used to think, what am I going to write about now? I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, and everything. And I was just going back and forth like this. And my lady comes around and puts her hand on my shoulder and starts rubbing my back like, are you all right? And I was like, I don't know. Is this what they call a midlife crisis? I don't know what's going on. I was flipping, you know what I'm saying? And she
You were
was like,
overwhelmed with thought.
3 bangs, no more 3 bangs for you.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, that'll do
but
it
I
for
didn't
you.
know that
Yeah,
because I
that's a
never
lot of
drank it that much,
caffeine.
right?
That's a fuck ton of caffeine,
So I was,
bro.
but the thoughts, like you
Yeah.
said, the thoughts was in my head, and I was thinking, where am I gonna go? You know what I mean? I love music, but I don't know what to do. What am I gonna write about? What style am I using? What you know what I mean?
Just
What
overthought
voice am I going through? And that's probably the anxiety, I guess. That's besides the bangs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an American thing, bro. I tell people, I have a guy who's from Nicaragua, and he's been here for about going on 2 years now with me here. And not that long ago, he started having symptoms of anxiety attacks. And I told him one time in the middle of an anxiety, I said, welcome to America, bro. You're American now. He's like, what are you talking about? I was like, we all get this shit, bro. I don't know if it's in our food. I don't know if it's in our fucking thoughts. Because he started having an anxiety attack. I was like, look, check it out. You didn't used to be this way. I was like, how many Monsters do you drink a day? He's like, or do you feel weird when you don't drink a coffee or a Monster or whatever the fuck other bullshit we hear? And he started I don't know if it's in our food. I don't know if it's a combination of our food plus our thoughts and our easy lifestyle because we got it pretty easy compared to the rest of the world. Fucked up places. Europe's pretty cool. I heard some bad things, but I don't know.
It's social.
No, the
media.
only time I really drink them is if I'm in the studio because it makes me more alert and I listen to something that's off. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden I'll go back and it was like, no, it's all good. And then all of a sudden they'll go back and be like, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Because you're listening to it. It makes me more alert.
A little split
That's the
tick.
only, the only time, like I said, I drink maybe 2 drinks of that one and I'm cool right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in the studio, it's always good for me. You know what I mean?
Did you guys have any pre-workout in jail?
Like weight
Pre-workout,
weight gain
like
and
the
stuff?
stuff you take to get all
Yeah.
hyped up to go lift?
Yeah.
Or did you just make some homemade shit
no, they had it. You had to buy it, but it was expensive.
yeah?
Whoever had money coming in or the hustle and everything else, they were able to get it.
Cali Muscle showed people how to make a quote-unquote jailhouse version. It was just literally Coca-Cola and coffee grounds.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Keefy,
Yeah.
the yellow bag. And it was crazy. I don't even drink coffee.
No?
No, everybody used to be like, man, you done all that time, you don't drink no coffee. I was like, I'm cool. I was never into cigarettes or anything or drinking coffee.
I think caffeine is my number one addiction, bro. I smoke weed every day and caffeine. And if I had to pick one or the other, I'd stick with caffeine. I can get rid of the weed, but not the caffeine.
I have to switch up.
Yeah.
No, I'd have to go for the second.
I think I have too many things
The
going on.
drinking is just not I mean, every so often 1 or 2 drinks, but not shots. I'm done with shots. Oh God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know my whole let's do a shot. Actually, nah, you go do that shot. Bro. Here's I'll drink my beer and I'm cool.
Before we go to our ending, little freestyle, you want to tell us about an anxiety attack you had before? I feel you got a good story. I don't know why. I feel it.
Me?
Because he's white.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because he's white.
dude, my fucking vape ran out and I was fucking losing it, bro.
I don't even like vaping, to be honest anymore. Fucking everybody loves vaping. I'm one of those people.
That
Not
shit's
my
bad
thing
for you,
anymore.
bro.
Well, I tried the pin. Right, son?
They're
The
too
pin?
fucking strong.
Pin? Okay, the pin. Yeah, so I tried it a few times, and then I didn't do it for a while, and I was like, what the hell's that? I don't
Felt something here, huh? Yeah, it's weird.
I'm on a refrigeration crew at work. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing and we're pulling freaking all these soft copper pipe pulling through the walls and stuff like that. And I thought I pulled something under here, right? And it wasn't that. I was starting to feel that hit, and I was like, oh, I'm cool on that shit.
That shit's different though, bro. It hits different. It's not like flour.
Nope.
That
And
shit
even
just
fl-
like
it-
kicks you in the lungs. Like
and
when
even
you
flour's
fucking
too
breathe it
strong. Yeah, you
So
don't
you
remember
feel
weed when
me?
we were like back
Yeah.
when you first got here. You remember weed? It was just chill.
You had to know
Not
somebody.
not some of the shit I was getting because I remember having my red card, bro. When I first got here, I smoked some of the best weed ever. Remember, Jack?
Really?
I used to get like that golden gold and like just fire ass weed. I don't get weed that good anymore. At least I don't find it. Or you got to pay like crazy ass prices for it now.
It's just too fucking like Mario. I feel like there's chemicals in it like our fucking crop. I feel like there's something up with that shit.
Yeah, I mean that definitely changed it up, but I feel like it was stronger and better before.
Yeah, I agree. And
Or
this
like
is what- this is what-
the Hawaiian and the Acapulco Gold and
Yeah, like fucking
Thai
Maui Wowie
stick
and
the
shit like
Maui
that,
Wowie,
yeah.
the all that, yeah.
even just that shitty
Gold
fucking.
Sensimilla and the red Sensimilla.
I remember back in the day, we used to have this one Mexican dude named Geronimo, and he used to get the Mexican dirt weed.
Geronimo or
And
Geronimo?
he fucking brought us 14 pounds of Mexican dirt weed. And man, we were just slinging that shit. We were trading Game Boy Advances, fucking people's hoops. I traded a pit bull for an ounce of weed one time.
We used to go, we used to hobo ride on the trains and go to Nebraska. And now they used to have all the dirt weed in there back in the days and stuff. We used to roll 100 joints a day and sell for $1. Boom, boom, boom. If you smoke too much, of course you got that, you know, because it was all dirt weed and shit like that. But you still got $100 if you sold
Yeah.
one a day, you know.
Hell yeah.
But that was, you know, now but that ain't that the Reggie?
Yeah.
That's the
Yep.
regular shit.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Some of that stuff.
I would like to see it. I haven't seen it in forever. I would just like to see it. But
Go to Texas, right by the border.
Yeah, right there where you peel each layer coming across.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I see it. So
Well,
good.
if there's like a, doesn't have to be super long or just like emotional if you don't want it to be that emotional, but if you had like one like message or something you want to say to like the younger crowd that might listen to this, you know, like that either think jail isn't that big of a deal or they think it's cool for some stupid ass reason. Like what do you say? What do you think to people that are in that lifestyle? Do you want to tell them like just get your head out of your ass, or there's a better way? You just got to find it. What do you think is a proper way of going about that? Like get your head out of your ass, or more like ask for help if you don't feel like there's help for you?
Well, I learned since I've been out, and the guys that call me, you know what I'm saying, 1, 2 in the morning, and be like, Val, how do you do it, man? How do you know what I'm saying? I'm going through this trip and stuff. And I said, man, you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? It's not just because you got out and now you're going to get what you can to go back in. I think our mentality was messed up. Our thinking was messed up, was when you go to the streets, that was like a vacation time for us. You know what I'm saying? Then you go grab all your shit and come in and, you know, bring in the dope, whatever you're going to bring in, and then go in there and now you're living because you're hustling and doing this shit. You know what I mean? It don't make any sense. It doesn't. You know what I mean? So I would say, man, just like you said, get your head out of your ass, but you got to want it. You know what I'm saying? I want it. I want it to get out, and I want to stay out. I'm not going back for shit unless something happens. And I know whoever depends on whoever stays. Well, if I have to go back, I know they stood there because they knew I walked away from that fight one time. You know what I'm saying? They knew I did not want to do what I needed to do. And it just happened that, you know what I mean? And again, the fear part, you know what I'm saying? You're always getting told on. People are telling on people left and right. And I had to learn that too, is that, you know, there's a street code, the G code, you know what I mean? Convict code, there's a bunch of stuff, and you just got to learn, where are you going to put that? You know what I'm saying? You could be hard as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But how hard you going to be towards the streets that ain't done shit for you? You know what I mean? Or you're going to be hard as hell for your kids or for your family because you're the provider. You know what I'm saying? You got to want to be out, not just because, oh, you know I mean,
Yeah.
Were you surprised when you found out when you got out that gay people were now a political party?
they were political in there. That's crazy because they started growing tetas in there.
How the fuck you do that?
And they were probably they were getting estrogen. They were getting estrogen and shit like that.
Taxpayer dollars, bro.
Check it
Yeah.
out. We
They
used to
look
be able
good?
to go.
No, like, did the tits look good? Did the tits look
I
good?
don't mess around. If they wore a
Tits
yellow
are tits.
shirt, if they wore a gold shirt,
You knew.
then yeah, they're growing titties.
Sissy tank, the sissy tank.
It's just crazy. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm thinking because I mean, old timers, you know, they have their own way of clowning and stuff like that. Maybe, and I thought about that before. I was like, man, now's the best time to get out. You know what I'm saying? Because fools are coming out in the yard with tetas and a gold shirt, and only the women in the women's joint wore the gold shirts because in DRDC they would always serve you your tray and you'd be like, what's your number? You know what I'm saying? You know, do your thing, but they always wear the gold shirt.
Yeah.
So back then, what you say is political. I don't really trip. I never had no issues
To
with
each
them.
his own, but I
I
think
never
it's
had
weird.
no
how-
issues with
yeah.
them.
No,
I
me
had
either.
dudes walk up and be like, "What's up, Fal? What's up, homie?" And then walk away, hey, all with their little fucking, you know, their little homies and shit, their little gay friends. You know what I'm saying? and I'd have to ask, you know what I mean? I'd have to, yo, man, why you come up and be like, "What's up?" No, I'm just paying respect, Fal. I'll just be cool, man. Then do your thing. But if you ever cross the line, you know, come on, get the fuck out of here.
I remember one time I was fucking around with Cisco, bro. I like fucking with his head all the time. I was like, "What'd you do,
funny.
Cisco?" One day I became trans. And he's like, "What the fuck you mean, dog?" And I was like, "What'd you do?" Like one day you just came in here and I was different. I was like fine as fuck, titted out, long hair.
What the
He's
fuck?
like, "Fuck no, guy. I'm going to a different barber."
You wouldn't know.
I was like, "I've been cutting hair for like 10 years, Cisco. What do you mean?"
So you already know my fingers.
He's like, "I'm just different now." He's like, "What the fuck you mean, guy?" He's like,
Fucking Bruce Jenner over here.
I know, that's crazy.
shit. He outran black
That whole
people and then
family,
became
that
a
whole
chick.
That's
family
a fucked up
is-
family. Exactly.
I don't
That's
care how
toxic.
much money you got. I guess you could be like that if you got that much
Maybe
money.
it's just like he never got enough. Like he's like, I outran black people. What do I do now?
Yeah, I might as well.
Just say that, bro.
I'm sorry, man. There's gotta be a comedic side to this before we end it.
Good job, Chris.
No, but for the children, for the kids, man, just you know how when they say that the creator will help you if you help yourself. Of course, I did that. I went and did my full half or whatever, or maybe went the full length. And he saw that and got me the hell out. You know what I'm saying? For the kids, they gotta want to be able to do that and then find somebody better than who they're hanging around with. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel going about that? Is if like you're in circumstances where you don't know any better. Some kids don't know any
No,
better.
they don't. And I'm mainly because I'm looking at my boys right now. For the 4 years that we didn't get to talk to each other because we were on our own little trip, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They completed whatever they needed to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about probation, jail time, whatever, all the banging, all the everything was done, and they decided I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm old enough to where I'm proud of these boys because they didn't need their dad's help. Their dad wasn't there at that time, but they did it for themselves. So, you know, how can I say it? Mind strong when your mind is strong and your will. You know what I'm saying? You gotta want that. You gotta want to succeed because if you don't, you know what I mean, you're gonna go back. You know what I mean? Or you're gonna
Quick.
And there's people, as you said, the hate word. You know what I'm saying? I try not to use it too much, but I wrote 3 songs. I think I wrote 3 songs. And you know, I felt like a hater hating on haters that hate on us.
Wait, say that again.
So when I was writing these 3 songs, I felt like a hater hating on haters that hate on us.
So you were hating the hater.
I was hating the haters that hate on us. It's a circle.
Full circle.
Yeah.
A full circle. So there's nothing but hate going around, and that's what made me want to think. You know what I'm saying? They're not finished yet, and I don't know if I'll put them out. I mean, they're good concepts and they're good sayings.
Sounds
They're
like a
words.
cool I never heard that
You know
before.
what I'm saying? What's that?
I never heard that before. So that's a cool concept.
No, what I'm saying is that's what my feeling was.
Yeah.
When I wrote the songs, that's how I feel because I was like, man, fuck you, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was hating on haters that hate on us. You know what I'm saying? It was just a whole circle. So, you know, it was just you know, the kids, the kids need to want to do want it.
Oh yeah.
Because if they don't, then they're gonna be lost. You know, and if there's any mentors, any big brothers, any uncles or cousins, big cousins that, you know, steer them in the right, man, steer them in the right. You know,
Yeah, that's all you can
that's
do.
the best thing, because what I say, when it glamorize all that penitentiary shit, it's not glamorized.
No, 'cause you can love the streets, but the streets ain't gonna love you back.
No, that's why I say, you know what? The streets is like the employer. You know what I'm saying? You're just the employee. No matter how much money you keep coming. Even if you try to quit, he wants his paybacks. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get you back out there because he's going to show you all this. Well, I'm going to get it. It don't come in 6 months. It don't come into, you're going to get busted before that.
You can't leave any stone unturned.
Right.
Don't leave any stone unturned, ladies and gentlemen. And when it comes to intimacy, always check for an Adam's apple.
Ah!
Hell yeah, brother.
That's like Dundee. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you gotta do it. Hey, bro, thank you for doing this, man. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was nice.
I didn't want to set it up like too like interviewee, like interrogation type. That's why I just had a smooth conversation. That's what I try to always do. I hope you had a good time.
I'm with it. Anytime.
You want to bring your boys on here?
Hell yeah.
They can sit over here.
Come on, son. Did you go puff
You
one?
can leave the video link. Oh, we'll cut it later. Don't end it yet.
I didn't leave the weed in the car. Yeah, it is. I don't have it. So introduce yourself, OTB. You got let you go, son.
It's OTB in the building. How you turn me up a little?
What's it? What's it mean?
OTB West in the building, shit.
How's that sounding?
That's smoke. Okay, look. Hey, look, them struggles turn to passion, but you gotta make it happen, bitch. Hold it. Okay, look, them struggles turn to passion, but you gotta make it happen. Remember days when we was trapping, trying to make it, get through rapping, but I gotta do it for the fam, do it for the brothers. Man, hold it. Alright, this something different shit for sure. Hey, tell me, would you have my back? Cause I've been starting to feel alone. You remember days up in that rain, you remember days up in that cold, but I'ma make it for the fam, I'ma make it for the, hold it, look. Hey, bitch, I come back, get the trippin'. Should I spaz up on it, B? You gotta watch your dirty hoes. There ain't no love up in these streets. Remember days when we was stuck, just trying to make it through the deep. I do it for all that, look. Hey, bitch, I do it for my niggas that be locked up in that pen. Like, bitch, you know it's time to spin. We gotta make it, get it in. I swear I remember lonely days when we was trapping with the friends. I remember days when we was stuck, just trying to make it, get it in. Now let me trade it.
Aye, there ain't no love, nigga. Aye, up in this and shit, pen shit. A nigga get to disrespecting. Aye, what? He get to disrespectful shit. We get to moving, going back to back. We niggas, aye, and that's my brother. I'ma clap it back. What? Aye, no.
Let me see if I can clock into that.
Hey, Granny told me, boy, you trippin', son, you thinking with this rap. Take advantage of that time, cause what's is gone and coming back. My brother told me we gon' make it, we was thuggin' in that trap. Fast money, get that bread, cause we been bringing in that bag. Using drugs to ease the pain, cause I can't shake the way I feel. Hard to sleep, cause when I do, I'm having splash good them drills. Just so Steezo keep on rapping, we gon' see 100 mil. Needs my twin, so if you touch him, we gon' have to get you killed, but let me trip. Like, let me spaz up on this beat, dirty round up on that shot. Like, bitch, you know we from them streets. Like, bitch, I do up on my niggas. I been tryna let it see. All them mountains been them straight, so we was stuck up on that.
Alright, and this that story I'ma tellin'. Do you know my name? I had to do it by myself. I had to choose my lane. Take his brain, nigga, take his chain, take his diamond ring. He disrespectful in this bitch, then we gon' make a scene. Alright, nigga.
Yup.
Drop the low, I'm moving back to back up in these streets. Hey, I'm trying to stack the bread and nigga trying to chase his dreams when I was down a lot. Why ain't niggas notice me?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you guys for doing this. Hope you guys had fun.
But not for sure.
I appreciate your
I
time,
appreciate
bro.
it.
It was the first time
Thank you
on
guys.
some shit like this for sure.
We can definitely come back and do an episode too.
We want to do some